Let's check in with Turning Point's White House correspondent, Monica Paige. Monica, how you doing surviving the heat?
Yeah, just barely, Jobob, but it's a pretty busy day, believe it or not. So there's been a lot of research in what's been going on the ground at NATO, but nonetheless, we have these portable AC units here, so we are staying as cool as we can.
Yeah, from what I understand, portable AC units outside is not the best in terms of actually working. But yeah, speaking of NATO, launch into it. What's happening?
Yeah, so President Trump was able to address the reports put out by CNN and the New York Times that pretty much say that these strikes that we hit in Iran when it comes to its nuclear facilities did not destroy these nuclear facilities. In fact, apparently, according to the new CNN and the New York Times, if you drop 14, 30,000 pound bombs on these sites, it doesn't completely destroy them. So President Trump saying, if you're going to write about this, at least be factual about it. But if you take a look at the author of that CNN report, it's Natasha Bertrand. She's the same author that penned the Hunter Biden laptop as Russian disinformation. But President Trump took a lot of time out of the day today to address this report coming out that basically undermines President Trump's ability to take out these nuclear facilities and also undermines the pilots that were in charge of this very successful mission to get the job done and completely obliterate these nuclear sites, making sure that Iran never has any sort of nuclear capabilities. I just thought it was very interesting that CNN and the New York Times are still defending this piece that they wrote against President Trump. And I know the White House has been saying over and over again, especially Caroline Levitt, our press secretary, she was actually on the Hill today speaking with reporters, saying that it's absolutely atrocious what CNN and the New York Times are doing.
Yeah, well, I can't believe that's coming out of the New York Times, considering there were several intelligence officials that the Biden camp probably paid for that said otherwise with the Hunter Biden thing. So, like easy mistake to make. He also met with Zelenskyy. Can you tell us about that? What's kind of coming out of there as of right now?
Well, as far as we know so far, President Trump and Zelensky both had a very successful meeting with each other. Zelensky posting on X just this afternoon that they had very constructive talks and protecting the Ukrainian people, how the two can come together and, maybe co-manufacture some drones, get more weapons into the region. And the next step in these talks is President Trump plans to speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin in the future, very near future, I'm guessing here, because given the fact that these two just recently spoke, I know President Trump wants to get this solved as quickly as possible, get the two sides coming together and get some kind of deal, some kind of ceasefire done, and get this war completely finished. Because President Trump has been very serious about this on day one.
Monica, you mentioned before we came on here, there was a protest planned. It doesn't look like it's going to happen anymore. Can you tell us the funny reason as to why?
So I was speaking to my supervisor, and I was supposed to cover a protest this Saturday, the Stop the War in Iran
Ah.
protest. But turns out the war has already been stopped. So I went to the website. It's completely removed. The event is no longer. It's still on the social media, but it's not on their website anymore. So if you're planning on going, you can't anymore because no more information on it.
Wow, they did it. Wow, first they
Yep.
stopped no kings, that we don't have a king, that congratulations protesters, and now they ended the war in Iran. Protests maybe they work. Who knows? That's just fascinating information. Monica Payne, Turning Point's White House correspondent. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks, you guys.